Imagine standing inches away from the most destructive force on the planet, a modern nuclear weapon locked deep inside a solid steel vault. You'd probably think these doomsday devices are permanent, indestructible objects just waiting for the push of a button. But here's a terrifying engineering secret that militaries desperately try to hide. Nuclear weapons actually have an expiration date. They literally rot from the inside out. If you just leave a nuke sitting on a shelf, it'll eventually break down and become a completely useless piece of metal. Fighting this invisible decay is one of the hardest, most expensive engineering jobs in the world. So today, we're going to dive into the incredible material science behind our nuclear arsenals. We'll explore how radioactive cores decay, why chemical explosives go bad, and the extreme engineering it takes to keep these weapons fresh, ready, and hidden from the enemy. The radioactive expiration date. To understand why a nuclear weapon goes bad, we have to look right at the heart of the machine. Modern nukes use a hollow shell of radioactive metal, usually plutonium. But plutonium is highly unstable. Over time, the atoms inside the metal literally break apart, and as the plutonium decays, it turns into a completely different element called americium. This creates tiny defects and bubbles inside the solid metal core. So over decades, these microscopic bubbles can actually change the shape and strength of the core itself, which completely ruins the carefully engineered geometry of the weapon. But the absolute biggest problem is a special radioactive gas called tritium. Engineers pump tritium gas into the center of the weapon right before it detonates. This gas acts like a supercharger, boosting the nuclear reaction to make the explosion much larger. But tritium has a half-life of just 12 years. That means every 12 years, half of the gas simply vanishes and turns into harmless helium. Even worse, helium actually absorbs neutrons, so it actively stops the nuclear reaction from happening. If engineers don't constantly open up these weapons and replace the tritium gas, the bomb will just fail to detonate. Fun fact: tritium is one of the most expensive substances on Earth. It costs around $30,000 for a single gram, and militaries have to constantly manufacture it in special nuclear reactors just to keep their weapons functional. When the trigger cracks. The radioactive core isn't the only part that goes bad. To start a nuclear explosion, engineers use a layer of conventional chemical explosives wrapped around the outside of the core. When these normal explosives detonate, they create a massive shockwave that crushes the plutonium inward, kickstarting the nuclear chain reaction. Now, for this to work, that shockwave must be perfectly symmetrical. It has to crush the core from all sides at the exact same microsecond. But chemical explosives degrade over time. Changes in temperature and humidity can cause the chemical explosives to crack, shrink, or crystallize. If the explosive layer cracks, the shockwave will be uneven. So instead of crushing the core perfectly, an uneven shockwave will cause the plutonium to squirt out the side like toothpaste from a squeezed tube. And if that happens, you get a dirty radioactive mess instead of a nuclear explosion. That's why engineers have to constantly monitor and replace these chemical lenses to make sure they remain perfectly smooth and stable. Bombs that eat themselves. The inside of a nuclear weapon is a terrible environment for electronics. Even when the weapon is just sitting quietly in storage, the radioactive core is constantly shooting out radiation and heat. This radiation acts like a microscopic sandblaster, slowly destroying everything around it. Engineers call this radiation embrittlement. The constant bombardment of radiation changes the actual molecular structure of the metals, plastics, and wiring inside the bomb. Soft rubber insulation around electrical wires turns hard and brittle like old glass. Tiny gold wires on circuit boards can just snap. Computer chips can even suffer from bit flips, where the radiation actually changes the digital memory inside the targeting computer. The weapon is literally destroying itself just by sitting there. So engineers have to design special radiation-hardened electronics, and they still have to pull the bombs apart regularly to replace the melted plastics and fried wires. Fun fact: the United States military spends over $10 billion every single year just on stockpile stewardship. That's a massive engineering program dedicated entirely to replacing rotting parts and keeping old weapons in working condition. So, how do engineers actually know these aging weapons still work? In the past, they'd just take one out to the desert and blow it up to make sure. But today, global treaties ban the testing of nuclear weapons. Engineers had to figure out a way to test a bomb without actually detonating it. The solution? Supercomputers and massive lasers. Engineers use the most powerful supercomputers in the world to run highly advanced digital simulations. They scan the aging weapons, feed the data into the computer, and the computer calculates exactly how the cracked explosives and bubbling plutonium will behave. To verify the math, they use facilities like the National Ignition Facility. This is a giant building that fires 192 of the world's most powerful lasers at a tiny speck of radioactive material. By studying how that tiny speck explodes in a laboratory, they can prove their computer models are completely accurate without breaking any global treaties. Where do you hide a nuke? Keeping the weapons functional is really only half the battle. Engineers also have to figure out how to hide them. Because if a country keeps all its weapons in one place, an enemy could destroy them in a single surprise attack. To solve this, militaries use a concept called the nuclear triad. This means dividing the weapons into 3 hidden categories: underground silos, long-range bombers, and stealth submarines. The submarines are the ultimate engineering marvel of this entire system. These massive ships hide deep in the darkest parts of the ocean, moving constantly so they can never be targeted. They're covered in special rubber tiles called anechoic coatings that absorb sonar waves, making them practically invisible to enemy ships. They carry enough nuclear firepower to end the war, but their main purpose is to hide perfectly. The whole idea is that because these submarines are impossible to find, no enemy will ever dare to attack first. Fun fact: a modern nuclear ballistic missile submarine can stay completely submerged underwater for up to 20 years without ever needing to refuel its own engine. The only reason they ever have to come to the surface is to get more food for the crew. The science of nuclear weapons is a fascinating mix of physics, chemistry, and materials engineering. It's a constant battle against the laws of nature, fighting against radioactive decay and rotting chemicals. We all hope that these incredible feats of engineering never actually have to be used, but learning how they work gives us a brilliant look into the extreme limits of material science. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed learning about the hidden expiration dates of nuclear weapons and the intense engineering required to keep them functional. Which part of this maintenance process surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to check out our previous videos on survival engineering, and remember to like and subscribe to our channel because engineering is for everyone.